Hannah! Let me guess. You're still just lazing around at home, aren't you? You know, I think this a lot, but never say it. But you really do have it quite easy. You know that. I mean, look at me. I'm an old woman, and even I still work, even if it's just part-time. Not only that, but we're in a day and age when both husband and wife should be working. So please tell me, because I'm really curious, why do you refuse to work?
Oh, Brenda. I'm really sorry for any confusion that you might have, but I actually do work. In fact, I'm pretty sure that we have had this conversation many times already. I have explained what I do for a living to you already.
Are you really trying to pull that same lie you always do when I confront you like this? I know that it isn't true. You can't fool me. After all, we live together and I almost never see you leaving the house. How can you try and tell me that you have a job when I see that you're almost always holed up indoors?
I have explained this to you already as well. I have a job that I can do from home on my computer as long as I have an internet connection. A lot of my work has to do with designing web pages for companies and handling other online matters for them. We're also in a day and age where you can have a full-time job as long as you have a computer and internet, like I said. So actually, I can make plenty of money without even having to leave the house.
What? That does not even sound real. What are you talking about? Do you really think I'm so old that you can just trick me with these made-up sci-fi stories?
Sci-fi stories? That isn't what I was doing at all. I really do have a job that I can do from home. Honest. If you don't believe me, just ask Thomas. He will tell you exactly the same thing.
You really think that you can try and lord your marriage to my son over my head, huh? You think you just pull out his name whenever I have you backed into a corner? You have really got some nerve. Besides, even if such a job like that did exist, you're a woman and there is no way you could ever handle such a thing.
Excuse me? And just what is that supposed to mean? I really don't think that the kind of job I can or can't do has anything to do with whether I'm a man or a woman. Nowadays, kids use laptops from when they are just in elementary school to do their homework. Even I was using a laptop ever since I was little. It has nothing to do with the sex of the person using it. That is such an old way of thinking. I can't believe that you would think something like that is true.
I know all about your so-called computer expertise, but now there are so many people in the world who can use computers. Don't you realize that? I really don't think that a person like you has a leg to stand on anymore in that respect. Whatever job you're doing surely can't be that great.
What the heck is that even supposed to mean?
I mean that you have forgotten your roots. You're nothing more than a country bumpkin. Practically a hillbilly. Do you really think you can fool me with your insipid little stories about being online and having a computer when you were growing up? Do you think that is enough to make me believe your fake job story?
Well, yes, I did not grow up in the most urban of areas. In fact, my hometown is pretty rural and out in the middle of nowhere. But having an internet connection and a computer is hardly something unusual, even for those living way out in the countryside. I mean, the whole point of the internet is that you can use it from anywhere as long as you have a connection. It doesn't really matter where that is as long as there is a signal. I think you have a rather skewed way of thinking about this.
Excuse me. Of course it matters where you are. Do you really think that just because you learned how to text or use a keyboard that you can try and fool me into thinking that you're some kind of expert?
No. That is really not what I'm trying to do here at all, if you would just listen to me. I really am sorry if I wasn't being clear and made you think that that was what I was trying to do.
I just really wish you would stop all this nonsense. I'm always trying to tell you that you need to be not only honest with me, but with yourself. Honestly, at this point it's just sad the way that you have deluded yourself into believing your own lie.
Okay, I understand. I'm sorry for any trouble that I might have caused, Brenda.
Good. I'm glad that you have finally come to your senses, Hannah. Now get out of the house right this instant and go find a job. And I do mean a real job. After all, I do not make that much with my part-time job, so the least you could do is find one yourself to help support Thomas. Even a little bit would probably help him out a lot. So get out there and work.
But I have already tried explaining to you that I do have a job. And it's a full-time one at that. If I have to take on an extra part-time job on top of that, then I really will not have any time to myself. And besides, I'm already contributing my share into the household expenses.
Oh, you mean with your fake little job? I'm sure that whatever you contribute is just a drop in the bucket compared to Thomas and I. Do not go getting all uppity with me over those paltry earnings. How about finding a real job? You could go be a cashier at a supermarket for all I care. Just go out and find something real. Whatever you're doing on your laptop all day is probably something so simple and menial that even a child could do it.
That is not what I meant at all when I said that I have been using a computer ever since I was little. Actually, okay, fine. I understand. I'll go out and try to find another job.
Good. It's about time you finally started listening to me. I'll simply not be putting up with your uppity attitude anymore. Do you understand me, young lady? In fact, as punishment for the way you were acting towards me, you can go ahead and forget about eating dinner tonight.
Excuse me? I'm not a child you can just send to their room, Brenda.
Again with the attitude. You can just drink water and think about the way you've acted towards me today. Besides, you could stand to lose a bit of weight. You're starting to look a bit chunky. I think you could probably stand to miss a few meals, so don't think I'll be afraid to take away your dinner anytime you start showing me lip. You will either do what I say or you will go to bed hungry. Do you understand me?
Okay. I'm very sorry, Brenda.
That is more like it. Anyways, I'm leaving for my real job. Why don't you make yourself useful while you're at home and get some housework done, huh?
I understand. But I'm also wondering, if I do find a part-time job and start to work outside of the house, are you going to help out with the housework as well?
Excuse me? What are you talking about, Hannah? You're the wife, so the housework is your job. Do you think I moved in with you and Thomas so that I would have to clean up after you two?
Yeah, I thought you would say something like that. Hi, Brenda. I have something that I need to ask you. Do you know where Thomas is? It's Saturday, but I haven't seen him since this morning. And he's not responding to any of my messages either.
Oh, well, of course. I'm with Thomas right now. What is it to you? What do you want?
Oh, really? I just didn't know. But at least it's good to hear you know where he is. And as for lunch? Are you two planning on eating at home today?
Oh, right, no. Neither of us will be eating at home today. In fact, we're actually eating out together right now.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't think anybody told me anything about that.
That is right. I didn't say anything to you about it on purpose. But if you really want to know, we're eating out at the steakhouse.
Oh, really? I wish you would have told me that you were going there.
Well, I didn't tell you because I didn't want you here. It's really just that simple, Hannah. Just find something to do around the house until we get back.
Of course. But you know that the steakhouse is one of my favorite restaurants. I really would have liked to go with you all. You know how much I love their food.
It's so easy to see right through you, you know that. But I don't think you should go to that restaurant anymore. It doesn't really suit you.
The restaurant doesn't suit me? What do you mean by that?
I mean that it's a bit rich for you. After all, you still haven't even found a job to do outside the home. And this is one of the nicest restaurants in town. So if you came to a place with prices like this when you aren't even working, it would just make trouble for everyone there. They would sniff out a good-for-nothing bum like you in an instant and wonder what you're doing here. You'd be better off going to McDonald's or something like that.
Brenda, that's a bit much.
What is that? Are you trying to complain about something right now? Go ahead. I'm all ears.
No, Brenda. I'm not trying to complain about anything.
Honestly, kids these days know nothing about learning their place. Back in my day, people went to the places where they knew they belonged and didn't try to live a life above their pay grade. You need to do the same and learn your place before you try and invite yourself out to nice restaurants. Haven't you ever heard the phrase, "If you don't work, you don't eat"?
Yes, I have heard that phrase before.
Well then, you better take it to heart and find a job. Until you do, you aren't going to be eating out with us anytime soon. Just remember, everything I'm doing for your sake. Honestly, you should be grateful for having such a kind and caring mother-in-law who is so invested in your health.
Yes, you're right. Thank you for caring so much, Brenda.
That is more like it. Now for dinner, I'm thinking fish. And it better be delicious. Do you understand me? We will not be getting back until the evening, so make sure to have it ready by then.
Okay, I understand. I'll start cooking something right away. Brenda, are you there? I can't seem to get a hold of Thomas again. Do you know where he is? Are you both out without me again?
Well, aren't you a clever girl? That's right. The two of us are out together again.
Oh, I see. You two seem to be going out basically every weekend.
Well, of course we are. After all, we're mother and son. Practically everyone around the neighborhood knows who we are since we get along so well.
Oh, I see. Yes, that is true. You two have always seemed to get along quite well.
Yes, I'm glad you see it that way too. Actually, I didn't bother telling you about this before either, but the two of us have actually left on a little trip. We've gone to Colorado for some skiing. We won't be back home for another couple of days.
Wait, what about Thomas's work?
He told me that he would take leave to go on this trip with me. Isn't that just the sweetest of him? I have such a good son. I'm glad he is so much closer to me than you.
But Thomas never once did anything like that for me.
Wait a second. You two went on a trip without me? Without even telling me before you two left? Why am I just hearing about this now? Why would I tell a bum like you about a wonderful trip like this? You can just stay home and keep things clean for us. Honestly, when are you finally going to get out and find a job? I can't believe my son ever married a terrible woman like you.
Okay, that is it. I have had it with the two of you. I am at the limits of my patience. When you two come back, neither of you are going to have a home to come back to. You're all on your own.
Excuse me. What is that supposed to mean? Just what do you think you're going to do to the house?
Reread what I just sent. You and Thomas are not going to have a home to come back to.
That doesn't tell me anything. What are you even talking about?
I mean exactly what I just said. If you can't understand that, then try using your brain and figuring it out for yourself. I'm going to be canceling the lease on our place. So you two will have to find a new place to live when you get back.
Excuse me. You're going to do what? Don't be stupid. Besides, you couldn't even if you tried. The house is not under your name anyways. Honestly, have you gone crazy? What kind of nonsense is this?
No, I'm not crazy. I'm thinking perfectly rationally here. My name is on the lease. I've been paying the rent. Hell, I've been paying all the utilities as well.
That can't be. It's impossible. Thomas is the one paying the rent. And he pays all the bills, too. What are you talking about?
It may look like that on the surface, yes. But it only looks that way because Thomas told me that he wanted to impress you by making it seem that way. So I played along with him and let you think that it was true so that he could try and save some face. Honestly, I'm probably one of the best wives in the world, the way I let him go on like that.
What? Is that really true?
Yes, of course it is. Every single word. The truth is that Thomas was so desperate for me to keep this a secret from you. He even made me lie that I was taking help from my parents to help pay my portion of the rent. I only went along with it to protect his pride. And look where it got me.
Now hold on for just a second. If all of this is really true, then just where did you get your money from? I mean, we're not living in some tiny little hovel. Our place is a nice upscale condo.
Oh, Brenda. I have told you over and over and over again that I have a job, haven't I? The only reason I'm choosing to rent is just in case something better comes along. I don't want to be locked into something. But the truth is that I have enough money to buy this place in a second if I wanted to.
Wait a second. So you mean to tell me that you make that much money just from your online job?
Yes, that's exactly what I've been trying to tell you. If you're curious, I make about $500,000 a year.
What? What did you just say? $500,000? That is impossible. You have got to be pulling my leg right now. Right?
It's not a joke, Brenda. I'm being totally honest with you right now.
Well, I'm just shocked. But dear, if that is the case, then you should come down and join us in Colorado. And of course, we'll have to move to an even better hotel. All on your dime, of course. Now that we know how much money you really make, you simply have to treat us to something grand. Now that the truth is out, I think we can finally start to repair things as a family and come back together.
Wow, you really just about faced in an instant. I knew this would happen, though. After all, it's not like you and Thomas are the best with finances and money matters anyways. That is why I hid my salary from the both of you in the first place. But it doesn't really matter now since I'm going to be divorcing Thomas anyways.
Wait, you're going to divorce him just over something like this?
Maybe you can only see as far back as this. But for me, the divorce has been a long time coming. I have been as patient as I could be up until now.
But even so, this is still too sudden, don't you think?
No, I do not think so. I have tried to love you both and tell myself that we're family. But both my cruel mother-in-law and her son, who ignores my emotions, no longer have a place in my heart. I have decided I want a divorce and that is final. Don't think that you will be able to change my mind.
But, Hannah, please, let's not be rash here. I promise that I'll change my ways. I'll never be mean to you again. Just please reconsider. Please. I'm just so sorry for everything that I have ever done to hurt you. I'm begging you to please change your mind. It doesn't have to be this way.
It's much too late for apologies now, Brenda. The fact is that nothing you say can undo the hurt that you have caused me in the past. And both of your actions have pushed me so far over the edge of my patience. I have no intention of changing my mind or trying to patch things up with either of you ever.
Oh, come on, dear. I think this has all just been one big misunderstanding. If we can just talk this out in person, I'm sure we'll be able to come to an agreement and see eye to eye.
No, it's not. And no, we won't. I told you that my mind is already made up. No matter how many times or how profusely you apologize to me, nothing is going to change. If you keep doing it, you're just going to be wasting everyone's time. I know you're not the brightest, but surely even you can see this.
But, please, I'm begging you here. I have apologized. That should be enough. Just please reconsider.
I have no reason to reconsider. There's literally nothing in it for me. From now on, the two of you are on your own and you can live off your own earnings. It's high time you two realized what it means to live off of your own hard work.
So that is how it's going to be, huh? Fine then. I get it. Do whatever you want. We don't need you.
Good. I'm glad that you finally understand. I'll go ahead and do just that then. By the way, I'm going to be moving all your things into a storage unit that will be waiting for you when you two get back. Good luck with the move!
Hannah, are you there? There is something that I would really like to discuss with you. Hannah! Are you there? Please respond to me.
Oh, Brenda! It has been a while, hasn't it? Can you believe a whole year has passed already? Anyways, what is it that you want to talk about?
Well, The thing is, we need help. Please, could you find it in your heart to remarry Thomas?
Excuse me? Is that a joke? You want me to remarry Thomas? I would rather jump off a cliff than do that.
Please, Hannah, you don't have to make this any more difficult than it already is. After all, there was a time when you two both loved each other, right?
That was a long time ago, and I see no reason to dredge something like that up. I'll never ever get back together with Thomas. Do you understand me? And just what prompted you to ask me such a thing out of the blue like this anyways?
Well, it's just that. After the divorce, Thomas began to argue with his boss and even ended up hitting him at a happy hour. Well, you probably don't need me to tell you that he was fired not long after that.
Wow. Did all that really happen in just the span of a year? Actually, now that I think about it, I can totally see that happening. Around the time that Thomas and I got married, I remember hearing from some of his coworkers that he was terrible when it came to working with others. And that for some reason, Thomas seemed to really have it out for his boss.
So, you heard about his troubles at work before all of this already?
That's right. But I never really thought that he would go so far as to assault the man. I mean, is he a child or something? How could he act like that?
I know. It really is sad what has happened to my poor son. But ever since he was fired, he's just been holed up inside his room and won't even try to find a new job. Can you believe it? It's a disaster. You know him. He has always done whatever he wants to. But now, without a job, we're starting to run out of savings and things are getting tight around here.
Wow, that really sucks. But why should I care?
Hannah! You should care because ever since he found out about how much money you make, you're all that Thomas has been talking about. He misses you desperately. So please, won't you take pity on us and help him?
What are you talking about? No, I'm not going to do that. I refuse. Besides, aren't you just trying to push your delinquent son onto me right now?
No, of course not. Please, I'm begging you for your help.
Well, I'm telling you that you're not going to get anything from me. Divorcing Thomas was one of the best decisions I ever made. My life has improved so much since cutting the two of you out of it. I certainly do not intend to ruin all that by letting the likes of you two back into my life. No matter how much you beg and plead, the answer is still no.
I see. If you do not want us around, I can understand. But can you at least give us some money? I know that you have more than enough for just one person. Do you not?
Are you being serious right now? No, I'm not going to give you any kind of financial support. I have nothing against giving money to a good cause, but I'm not going to give money to two individuals who I hate so much.
Please, just a measly allowance. Anything.
I said no, Brenda. I have 1,000 other things that I would rather spend my money on than you two.
Hannah, please, don't make this old woman beg any more than I already am. Just, please, help us. Please, At this rate, the two of us are going to be bankrupt. We're already going through our savings. Without a little help, we'll be doomed. Thomas refuses to try and find a job. He just goes out all day and spends the money fooling around. And when he runs out, he comes to me and forces me to give him more. He even threatens me.
That really is too bad. I have heard that once physical abuse starts, it can become a pattern for the abuser. But what if you tried using your tried-and-true method?
My method? What are you talking about?
The things that you tried on me, of course. Next time he comes asking for me, you can discipline him by trying to take away his dinner and sending him to bed hungry. I think that would really help him learn his lesson. Don't you?
Are you crazy? Do you know what he might do to me if I tried to pull something like that on him? I don't even want to think about it. It scares me so much. Please, I'm desperate here. Can't you help us?
That is really none of my business. But then again, even when you tried that method on me, it still wasn't the last straw that pushed me into getting a divorce. It might not go over as badly with Thomas as you think.
This isn't a joke. I'm being serious. I'm scared of my own son.
And I'm telling you that you two are none of my concern anymore. Deal with it yourself. Besides, I thought you told me that the two of you were like the best friends, known all over the neighborhood for how close you two are. I'm sure you two can patch things up. Anyways, I am a bit busy here, so I think I'll be taking my leave.
Wait, please don't go. Hannah!
Brenda continued to live in fear of her own son. One day, when she had finally and truly run out of money, she was so scared that she ran away in the middle of the night. To be honest, I think it serves her right for the way that she treated me when I was married to Thomas. As for me, I hit it off with a nice man and we soon began dating. We both support each other and push each other to achieve our goals. We moved into a nice apartment and are living happily with one another. Since then, I have been succeeding in my career as well and have never once looked back at my decision to divorce Thomas. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to see more content like this.